final passage, Fernando. I've got a passage where an author draws a distinction between different kinds of historical theories. There are the grand theories, the grand unifying theories, such as in line 5, Freudianism or Marxism, that attempt to account for a broad range of historical phenomena with a single ambitious explanation. There's that. And that, according to this author, is bound for failure. The grand theories are bound for failure. They're not actually universal. They are inescapably of their time, and so they are inevitably disappointing. But that disappointment might not be a bad thing. I'm in line 42. Perhaps this discomfort is no bad thing, because it might finally persuade us to relinquish the vain hope for inevitability. History is not the telling of grand unifying theories. History is discrete and time-bound and not determined by some underlying invisible grand theoretical superstructure. That's what I just read, Fernando. So the main point of the passage is we are moving away from grand theories, and that's good because it helps us understand that history is not determined. Answer choice D, the decline of grand theories illustrates the futility of viewing history as fully determined, the importance of recognizing the role of contingency. 23, the most accurate characterization of the author's attitude toward the nostalgia for determinism. What does she say? It is nostalgia for determinism, has the attraction of grand theories. It's the sense that history is logical. In discarding these theories, we seem to have lost faith in historical determinism, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. So the author's attitude towards the nostalgia, she gets it. She shows some empathy. Notice how she folds the nostalgic people in with herself. She starts calling us we in line 36. We have lost faith. We no longer believe in the deterministic explanations. She's got some empathy there. But at the same time, it's time that we shed these childish thoughts. The line 42. Perhaps this discomfort is not a bad thing, because it might finally persuade us. Sympathetic? Yes. Mindful of its inevitable disappointment? Yes, it might finally persuade us to abandon this foolishness. The nostalgia will lead us to disappointment because history is not unified. It is contingent. 24, the organization of the passage. Look at answer choice C and how it tracks what we did in each paragraph. First, identification of the mistake common to a group of theories. What's the mistake? Well, the belief that you could account for a broad range of historical phenomena with a single ambitious explanation. That's the mistake. Followed by a discussion of an alternative theoretical position. Yeah, the historical contingency, the last paragraph. So in answer choice C, I can see the author doing those things. And I can say, yep, the author did that. And then, yep, she did that. That's how we know C is right. For 25, why does the author introduce the concept of cognitive satisfaction? Line 39, we still long for the cognitive satisfaction provided by a belief in historical inevitability. Why I mention that? It's the end of that long passage explaining why we have the nostalgia for determinism. Why do we have the nostalgia for determinism? Because we long for the cognitive satisfaction. Why does the author mention the cognitive satisfaction? To help explain why we have the nostalgia for determinism. B, to explain why the demise of grand theories gave rise to nostalgia. All right, 26, describing the reason that Freudianism considered a grand theory. Oh, the passage just said it, line 6. Freudianism is a grand theory because it attempted to account for a broad range of historical phenomena with a single ambitious explanation. D, it attempted to account for a broad range of phenomena by means of a single explanation. Ta-da! Finally, then, for this passage and for this section, it can be inferred that the author would be most likely to agree with which of the following statements. The belief in grand unified theories is misguided. History is contingent. Answer choice E, the study of history is impaired by the imposition of universal patterns. Grand theories are misguided. And that then is that. So here's the deal with these free videos. They're intended to serve a very narrow purpose. For those times when you're wondering, why is that the right answer? You can just come here for a complete library and find out why it was the right answer. And I hope that you'll find that it was very instructive. Of course, the other part of the deal is that since LSAC publishes all of their tests along with test keys, that means that there's no barrier to entry for test prep. And you can hear the air quotes, I hope. Anybody can, and lots of people have, set up shop and call themselves test prep companies, and they've got the questions, they've got the answer keys, and they just try to explain to you why the right answer is right. And then they charge you money for it? That is wrong. I want to put a stop to it. I want to sweep the legs right out from under them. It is bad for you. It's bad for me too. So if you want to know what the right answer is and why the right answer is right, I want you to be able to come here and find it out for free without paying anybody for it. That's very different from what I do in the paid course. What I think has value about what I do is that I can tell you ahead of time what every question wants from you, what to expect from the right answer, how to formulate a right answer, and then how you can expect wrong answers to sound, so that you know before you ever open up a test book exactly what to expect. And all the practice videos that are part of the paid course are just me putting that theory into practice. It's just the rubber meeting the road. In other words, I'm going to show you, based on what we've done before, how we're going to react when it comes up next time. And that bit, knowing what to do the next time you see something, that I think is worth paying for. And if you agree, I'd love to have you in the course. And if not, that's fine too. Don't pay anybody to explain why right answers are right. Just watch these for free. Enjoy.